Didinig, lumalang araw ng buwan, bakit pagsikap, buhay langit sa piling ko. Ang higaya ng pagkay mga aking, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Once again, welcome to the ceremonial signing of Memorandum of Understanding and online roadshow between the Development Academy of the Philippines, Project Sparta, and Trends Academy. To officially start our event, may we call on Sparta Deputy Project Manager for Marketing, Partnerships, and Events, Mr. Nico Vesperas, to give us his opening remarks.
To Trans Academy Business Unit Head, Mr. Teofilo Philip San Luis, Trans Academy Product Manager, Ms. Genesee Crisolo, Sparta Deputy Project Manager, Massive Open Online Courses and Smart Governance Portal, Ms. Donna Pamela Gonzalez, Course Bank Instructional Design Lead, Ms. Jacqueline M. Sangalang, and to our distinguished guests and attendees from Trans Academy and Sparta cooperating agencies who are all present in this event, magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Over the last 3 years, Project Sparta has worked tirelessly alongside its partners to establish and strengthen a vibrant data science and analytics ecosystem. Not only have we made it a point to reach all corners of the nation through education, but we have also opened doors of collaboration between the public and the private sector. These collaborations led to opportunities for upskilling, employment, and R&D initiatives that continue to pave the way for a thriving and vibrant analytics ecosystem in our country. Since 2019, we have stood by the belief that data science and analytics has become one of the most in-demand disciplines in today's era of digital transformation. The applications of analytics are endless and have proven to be very useful, especially in the context of the business sector. For instance, analytics can help in the assessment of business performance and identify trends that can be used to formulate actions that will improve productivity. Drivers of change and other factors can also be gleaned through analytics, which will help decision makers determine future business scenarios. Hence, we should make it a priority to learn and master this to be able to optimize operational performance and future-proof our organizations. To Trans Academy employees and future Spartans, we hope that you will learn in your Sparta journey will help you put forward meaningful contributions that will benefit not only your professional career and organization, but also contribute to the overall development of our country. Aside from our 30 courses and 6 main pathways, we have also launched the 11 micro-specialization tracks that can equip you with specific analytic skills that can be achieved in a short period of time. Again, our sincerest gratitude and appreciation to the Trans Academy for the partnership and for conducting this event. On behalf of DAP and our cooperating agencies, we thank you for your trust in Sparta. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Sir Nico, for that warm message from you. We are very excited to see the fruition of this partnership between DAP Project Sparta and Trends Academy. It is now time to witness the ceremonial signing of the Memorandum of Understanding between the two parties. Let us welcome the signatories from DAP, headed by our President and CEO, Attorney Engelbert C. Caronan Jr., MNSA, with Sparta Deputy Project Manager for Massive Open Online Courses and Smart Governance Portal, Ms. Pamela Gonzalez. We are also joined with the Trans Academy's Business Unit Head, Mr. Teofilo Philip San Luis, with Ms. Genesee Crisolo, the Company Project Manager. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let us now witness the AP and Trends Academy signing the Memorandum of Understanding. May we ask our esteemed signatories and witnesses to show your signed MOUs through your respective cameras. And with us it is Ms. Therese Fernandez to give us a cue and capture this momentous event between the AP and Trends Academy. Therese. Again, may we request Trends Academy to show to the
Yes.
screen your signed MOU and
Please
let
show on
us
your
capture
screen.
this momentous event.
Yes, the signed MOU. And then on my cue, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. To deliver his message for this ceremonial signing, please help me welcome the President and CEO of the Development Academy of the Philippines, Attorney Engelbert C. Corona Jr. MSA. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. To Trends Academy Business Unit Head, Mr. Teofilo Philip San Luis, Trends Academy Project Manager, Ms. Genesee Crisolo, SPARTA Subject Matter Expert, Mr. Aldri Chester Lim, Course Bank Instructional, Design Lead, Ms. Jacqueline Sangalang, and to our distinguished guests and attendees from the Trends Academy and SPARTA's cooperating agencies, who are all present in this signing ceremony and online roadshow. Isang maganda at mapagpalang umaga sa ating lahat. First and foremost, I would like to thank our new partner, the Trends Academy, for forging a partnership with us as we continue to pave the path towards a data-driven Philippines. I applaud you for your commitment and drive to introduce this valuable opportunity to your employees, allowing them to upskill and reskill in one of the most sought-after competencies in the 20th century. As many of us here know, the demand for digitalization and innovation during this era of the fourth industrial revolution is at an all-time high. The trend is towards pushing boundaries and adopting new technologies to be able to keep up in contemporary society. It is therefore a necessity and not an option to meet these challenges. We must become proactive instead of reactive, and we should always be prepared for whatever lies ahead. And so as data continues to increase in volume and become more prevalent in our society, we should take the essential steps to capacitate our workforce, utilize new measures, and develop innovative and smart solutions that will improve the overall processes and productivity of our undertakings. To our future scholars, we look forward to welcoming you as our full-fledged Spartans. We at the DAP and our partner agencies believe that you can maximize this rare opportunity to improve yourselves and contribute to your organization. In fact, along with our 6 main pathways, we have recently launched 11 micro-specialization tracks for you to also benefit from. These are composed of 4 to 5 courses, which would provide you with the necessary skills for specific specializations, such as data visualization, project management, and operational analytics. We look forward to applying your new learnings in your professional careers and your respective communities and organizations. With this, I urge everyone here today to hit the call and take the challenge of embracing a data-driven approach and attitude. To Trends Academy, salamat sa inyong tiwala sa DAP at sa Project Sparta. Let us continue to unite our efforts and share our goals in striving towards a smarter and prosperous future for our country and our people. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you very much, Attorney Coronan, for your message and support in Project Sparta and your encouragement in our mechanism to extend this opportunity to different sectors, especially to Trends Academy, who is good position to help us achieve a data literate environment in the Philippines. Now, ladies and gentlemen, to give us a message from Trends Academy, let us all welcome its business unit head, Mr. Teofilo Philip San Luis. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, everyone. To the DAP President, the Honorable Attorney Engelbert Coronan, to Dr. Alan Cajes, Ms. Karen May Canceran, and all other team members of Project Sparta and its associates. Good morning. 15, 20 years ago, I never could have imagined that our transportation services would transform as it is now. Yes, I'm referring to the likes of our Uber, Grab, and other transportation providers who uses application that was built around the data science domain. We are currently living in the era of new age technology, which has brought about an explosion in data. Data powers today's world. From unleashing innovation to improving decision-making processes, data holds the potential to unlock the success of every industry. The world, as we all know, it has been transformed radically by data, such as its crippling to function without the insights generated from data in any domain. Without the expertise of professionals who turn cutting-edge technology into actionable insights, data science is nothing. More and more organizations are opening up their doors and unlocking its power, increasing the value of data scientists who knows how to tease actionable insights out of gigabytes of data. Several data-related job roles and opportunities have mushroomed across the globe. As for findings in some related industry report, data scientists will make at least 28% of digital jobs by year 2022. They are highly lucrative owing to the rapid pace of data creation and the emerging need to make sense of it. However, the same report also highlights the huge scarcity of talent in this field. The main reason for talent shortage in these fields is the lack of clarity regarding the skills required for each role. We are very fortunate enough that Project Sparta emerged to address this challenge. They have designed skills sets required for each role and develop certain pathways like data associate, data steward, data engineer, data scientist, data analyst, and many more, addressing local market demand from a global framework perspective. In this regard, I would like to extend our gratitude to the team of Project Sparta, DAP, and other part of this group for allowing Trends to be part of this endeavor. Maraming salamat for making us part of it. Thank you and mabuhay.
Thank you, Mr. San Luis, for your message and acknowledging Sparta and its offered partnership as an opportunity to deliver capacitation activities for your employees. We believe that BAP and Trends Academy are directing the same path of mechanizing our professional environment with data analytics. Thank you, Attorney Coronan, Mr. San Luis, Ms. Pamela, and Ms. Crisolo for today's event. Provided us the opportunity to witness the official forging of the partnership between DAP Project Sparta and Trends Academy, wherein it bounces to center our collaboration and scholarship domination, workforce capacitation, job opportunities, and event collaboration that showcases power of data analytics. We are very much looking forward to the success of this partnership. I would like also to take this opportunity to acknowledge the presence of Ms. Jasmine Marie Sayo, the Customer Experience Business Solutions Group Head, Ms. Michelle Chan, Customer Success Operations Head, and Ms. April Joy Cadavido, Corporate Marketing and Communications Head. Good morning, ladies. Once again, congratulations for the both parties amid this forging of partnership. We are a great opportunity to help the government establish an environment where the Filipino workforce is data literate and innovative. As we transition this event to a more interactive discussion, allow us first to have a short break before navigating to Sparta Online Roadshow, featuring the power of data analytics in business development, the Project Sparta overview, 6 main and 11 micro pathways, and a run through to the Course Bank Scholarship application. Stay where you are, sit back, relax, and we will be right back after this short break. All right. Now that we have made ourselves comfortable, we will now jump into the online roadshow. Before that, we are reminding everyone to keep your audios on mute. For any concerns, clarifications, and or questions, you may use the raise hand or chat functions of Zoom. Having forged an official partnership between our institutions, let us prepare ourselves to know more about Project Sparta and Trends Academy for these audiovisual presentations. Right? To give you an overview, those are the some of the accomplishments of the project Sparta. And currently we are working out for the launching of another Sparta hackathon where scholars could possibly join us and render or submit their innovations using the data sets that we are storing in our smart governance portal. So for this part of the event, we are witnessing another AVP to know more about Trends Academy. And thank you very much for those audiovisual presentations. For this part of the event, let me introduce to everyone our resource speaker who will be sharing to you our insights and how are we going to apply data analytics operationally in our workplaces. So she has been with the public sector for several years now. as a consultant to various development sectoral projects at the DOST, Department of Education, Department of Labor and Employment, as well as in various local government units nationwide on training and data management. She has also been in research as a senior research associate with the Education Research Program of the University of the Philippines, a licensed medical technologist and professional teacher. She is a career shifter in the world of analytics. After graduating as a data science scholar from the FTW Foundation, she has immersed herself in working with data, constantly upskilling, and is currently the Deputy Project Manager of Project Sparta for massive open online courses and smart governance portal. Everyone, to deliver the topic for the power of data analytics in business development, Ms. Pamela Gonzalez. Good morning, Ms. Pam.
Good morning, Dane. Good morning, everyone. Okay, it's an honor, actually. Thank you, Dane, for that wonderful introduction. It's an honor to be here, speaking in front of you virtually. So, may I share my screen, please? There. How are you this morning? I know it's a Friday. It's a Friday morning. It's a Friday morning. So may energy pa po ba for may energy pa ba to end the week? Ayan. Okay. So I'm gonna discuss with you now is on data analytics in business development and management. So may I invite you first to go for a short activity using Mentimeter. So flashing your screen are the instructions. So use a QR code or the code 44028000. With this, I'd like to know actually, how much do you know about data or data science? And is your work directly related? Do you work with data or not at all? So can you please go to menti.com or scan the QR code. Okay. Okay. So let me see now there. Okay, I'm seeing one. Thank you very much, whoever answered this one. So the code, okay, it's 2.5. Okay, okay. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm seeing, so most of you know data based on this scale. Most of you, yes. And a lot of you also work with data, though seeing this, it's lesser. Strongly disagree, it's might work. Okay, so based on this trend, when I was asked to talk to you about data analytics and business development and management, I immediately asked who my audience would be. So when they told me 200 participants of employees of Trend Academy, I thought, Sparta scholars. Okay, probably they've seen me in one of the sessions on essential Excel skills and data management fundamentals. Then I search about what Trends Academy is, and I find out, oh no, an education and training provider. And I stopped and wondered, what else would I discuss with you about data, with a company who actually deals with data, with training and certification of data? You already have 129 courses in database management and data storage alone. then part of your task is to do training needs analysis. So what else about data would I need to discuss, or could I discuss with you people, with all of you that you haven't heard yet? So I start my presentation with this slide. Data is the new oil. I know everyone has heard this quote, this quote by the British mathematician Clive Humby in 2006. Data is the new oil. You have probably used this also in your presentations while you were teaching. So why is it the new oil? Why is data the new oil? It's just simply because when unrefined, when it's not processed, there's no worth. It's worthless. Okay. And there's a whole lot of discussion actually on why data is not like the new oil, but that's just another story that I would probably tackle on another day. However, data is also the new pollutant. Pollutant, this is a term that I use or I borrow this from legends in data science in the Philippines, such as Dr. Dominic Ligot and Mon Ibrahim of AAP, an Analytics Association of the Philippines, who is also one of our partners for Project Sparta. So pollutants, pollution causing entities. Pollution, it's not a new word. We have read this, talked about this, even spelled it when we were young kids, 20 years ago, right? Diba? It's nothing new. But how can data, something you can't even grasp in your hand, be a pollutant or cause pollution? So let's define what pollution is. Okay? Pollution is the addition of any substance to the environment at a rate faster than it can be decomposed, recycled, or stored in some harmless form, can have negative effects on the environment, and can often impact human health and well-being. This is from Botanical.com. Let's break it down a little bit. Medyo mahaba yung definition niya. So pollution is any substance added to the environment. It increases at a rate faster than its disposal. It can have negative effects to the environment and often impacts human health and well-being. Okay. Let's change the word pollution to the word data. Substitute it. Okay, let's read it again. Data is any substance added to the environment. It increases at a rate faster than its disposal. It can have negative effects to the environment and it often impacts human health and well-being. Do you agree? Can I see a show of hands? Do you agree with this definition? Or do you agree that data is a pollutant? Let me see your hands. Okay. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Okay. So in the past years, we have seen how fast data has evolved and grown. But the term AI, artificial intelligence, buzzword na siya eh. It's a buzzword. It has grown into gigantic proportions and it is already mainstream. You don't even think twice about it. I was listening to the messages earlier, and they said, yes, you can't even function without data. Diba? Your phone, all your apps, even all the devices in your house, they know your name. They know how to call you. And sometimes you even wonder why you get spam messages that are directed to you with your full name. Diba? Issue siya ngayon with GCash and Viber that you get spam messages telling you to join this casino or to click on something for jobs. And they already use your full name. How did they ever get that? Okay? Our lives has been so dependent, ang sinasabi nga exercise mo are your thumb or your scroll. Keep on scrolling, you keep on just using data, you keep on absorbing it, eating it all up, diba? We are so dependent in the digital world that we can't function without it. I need to work on my email. I need to log in to my bank account. I need to send money to my family, to my friends. I need to buy something from these online shops, 99 po ngayon. Di ba? Pero malamang naka-add to cart na yung iba dyan. mga budol, wala pang sweldo. Pero sige, meron naman daw COD. Okay? We have been so dependent on that. Is data bad? No, it's not. You're working with data, diba? You are all, based on the survey that I conducted earlier, you already know data. You know what data is. And you are working with data. So is it bad? No, absolutely not. In fact, we need data to make informed choices, diba? To make good business decisions, to make good government policies. I remember in a seminar for children with barangays, and they were saying, wala po kaming data eh. Hindi namin po alam kung gaano kadami ang malnourished dito sa barangay. Hindi namin alam, kasi hindi nire-report sa amin. Hindi namin alam kung ilan ang bata na nagugutom. Hindi namin alam kung ilan ang bata na kailangan namin bigyan ng school supplies. Walang data. And yet, we are experiencing a boom in data. Data is all around, but pollutant na nga siya. And still we lack data. The irony, diba? Let's go back to our slide before, diba? I was discussing on pollution. Pollution is any substance, diba, added to the environment. Ang dami, diba? Increases at a rate faster. Data, ganun din. Super bilis, gigantic proportions. It can have negative effects to the environment, and it often impacts human health and well-being. So how is data bad or bad? Paano siya nagiging masama? And dami nga, kailangan nga natin yung data eh. When data destroys, when it becomes harmful to humans, diba? Then it becomes a pollutant. When what you share, paano nagiging masama? Paano kakaroon, is there such thing as bad data? Oh yes. When the data, diba? Pag biased yung data, pag inayos mo siya, when AI is used to kill, yes, there is AI being used to kill. There is AI that can actually invade your privacy. It is good, especially with the healthcare. It's good, especially for teachers, if they can apply it in their practices. But also data can be destructful. It can be harmful to humans. And in that, it becomes a pollutant. Do you agree with me? Okay. And how do you actually deal with pollutants? Hindi po pollutant ha. Hindi po tayo pollutants. How do we deal with that? How sige, tandaan nyo nga anong ginagawa nyo nung bata, di ba? Pag sa school, pollution, noise pollution, trash, basura. Ano yung ginagawa nyo sa basura? Ano yung ginagawa? Di ba? Tinatapon. Ilagay sa basurahan, ilagay sa bulsa, wag magkakalat. Pag noise pollution, wag mag-iingay. Diba? Ngayon, di mo na maramdaman yung air pollution kasi nakamask ka na. Pero it's all around. Diba? What do you do? What do they tell you to do? Diba? Pollutants should be managed, controlled, and treated. Paano yun? Di ba may solid waste management nga tayo, di ba? Meron tayong air pollution control. Meron Clean Air Act. So we manage it, we control para hindi na siya lumaki, hindi na siya gigantic proportions. And it's already a big issue right now. Hindi, 'di ba? Hindi na mo nga lang makontrol yung pollution, 'di ba? Bumabaha nga eh. Hindi nila alam kung paano na itatapon. And a very important way is through proper waste disposal. Proper waste disposal. Madali lang isipin siya. Kapag basura, pag may hawak kang piece of candy wrapper sa kamay mo, pagkabukas mo, may candy wrapper. Pagkabukas mo, anong gagawin mo? What is your automatic reaction? Do you throw it away? Or do you put it in your pocket and look for a waste basket to put it in? Okay. So how is data? What do you do when data needs to be disposed? Do you actually know where data goes? Do you have a data disposal policy? And do you even know that data needs to be disposed of? Sa mga data managers sa inyo, I would imagine you know this. Pero for others, are you familiar that that data actually has to be disposed? Okay. Discuss natin yan. So, data disposal is part of the data lifecycle management. It's nothing new. It's nothing new to you.
Ba't ganun?
Pero, yes, may question po ba? Sorry. Okay, sige. Baka nag-ano na po. Okay. So, as I was saying, data disposal is part of data lifecycle management. So you get data, di ba? Ang galing natin kumuha ng data. We do surveys, we ask people, you go around, you observe, you do FGDs, you do consultations, you talk technically to people, and that's data. You get data, ni-record mo, nilista mo, yung pangalan, ilang taong ka na, di ba? Then you organize, you capture, you clean it, pinaka matrabahong work, cleaning of the data. Then you share, you do your analysis. You can reuse pag may question pa sa business, di ba? When there are questions like, so what do we do with our scholars? How can we help them? How can we improve our teaching? How can they finish their pathways? Question yan sa Sparta. How can we make our scholars be very encouraged to finish their courses and pathways? Question yun. So babalikan mo na naman yung data. So nang data floating around. Then after, what do you do with it? Do you just store it? Nandiyan naman siya, madami naman siya. Kailangan ko lang naman USB. Nandiyan lang hatang file. Kailangan ko lang yung cloud. Nandiyan naman siya, laki ng cloud, di ba? Malaki ang storage ng company. But do you remember, data is growing in gigantic proportions. It's infinite. One of the difference actually of data with oil is a finite object. Nauubos. Data is not. Infinite siya. So hindi siya nauubos. Hindi siya, andyan siya. Sabi ko nga, data is everywhere. You can see data. Data can be anything. So what do you do with data? Based on this data lifecycle management, there is a portion where you archive and destroy. You dispose of your data. This is not a foreign concept. I know this is something you probably know at the back of your mind but you don't really practice kasi you don't, personally, you don't still see that impact of having a lot of data. Pero imagine niyo yung data, kunyari, you go to, especially pandemic, di ba, bawal lumabas. What do you fill out? Pag lumabas ka at pumunta ka sa mga establishments, di ba, yung form, I am check name, address, lalagay ko ba number ko? Do I feel well? Yes, check. Have I had close contact with people? Check. No. Diba? Then you give it to the guard. Titingnan ng guard. Okay, pasok ka. What happens to that piece of paper? Pwede ba bang hingin ulit, pabalik? Sabihin sa'yo, hindi ma'am, record na po namin. What do you think? Diba? Box and then box. And that's your data there. So what do they have the policy to remove it? Okay. So data policies, data disposal policies should actually be in place. So what can we do to treat data pollution? Yan. Diba kanina, how to treat pollution? We manage it, we control it, we treat it. So how do we treat, or we treat it? So how do we treat data pollution? What can we do to treat data pollution? You manage your data. Ano ibig sabihin na manage your data? Be careful with what you share. Uso na rin yung catchphrase na click, think before you click. Uso dati, di ba? Share. Click, share. Share. Be careful. Be careful of the data that you read. Not all data there, especially in social media, is correct, is accurate. Sa panahon ngayon ng disinformation, Cambridge Analytica, sabi nga ni Reza, we have been, in the Philippines, we have been the guinea pigs, and the US is the target. Ginamit ng data to alam nila yung propensity of the Filipinos to read and share. Marites modes, diba? Manage it. Be careful. Be critical. Especially kung duda ka sa data na sinend, huwag mo siya share. Diba? Do research. Think. Check. Tama ba to? Okay? Control your use. Ayan. Hindi yung ang dami mong apps, ang dami mong naka-open apps, and you just name, address, number, and hence the number, and hence your data is captured. Your data is used by predators. You can't control the predators. They will, and the hackers, they will keep on doing what they do. They will keep on hacking your accounts. They'll keep on stealing your accounts. But we can control what we give them. And of course, last is to dispose of your data properly. If you don't need it, if it is not needed anymore, it has already gone through the cycle, then dispose of it properly. Okay. This is actually my last slide. And this is a very big cliche. Ni-research ko to kung sino talaga nagsabi. Sabi nila si Spider-Man or si Uncle Ben. But it's actually, hindi pa rin lang mahanap kung sino talaga nagsabi. But with great power comes great responsibility. Everyone, even us, even me, everyone has that great power because we all work with data. We all have data. We all use data. And that gives us that power. And with great power comes great responsibility. This is my takeaway for you this morning. So this is Pam Gonzalez, Deputy Project Manager of SPARTA. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you very much, Ms. Pam, for that enlightening and insightful presentation of how data should be used, recognizing the importance of the data life cycle, and how are we going to align all of our processes, our data workflows with this kind of mechanism. So thank you very much for that. And I know that all of our attendees and participants participants to be really formulating or developing their questions later in our discussion. Thank you very much for that. Project Sparta being the first to offer Filipino-made data science and analytics massive open online courses for free to the public. We invite you to further get to know us, the knowledge and opportunities we offer through this audiovisual presentation.
This is a brief overview of the Project Smarter Philippines through data analytics, R&D, training and adoption, or what we commonly know as SPARTA. SPARTA is a 3-year project implemented by the Development Academy of the Philippines, or DAP, in partnership with the Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, DOST Besheard, Analytics Association of the Philippines, and Course Bank. The SPARTA framework is composed of 3 components. First, SPARTA aims to capacitate our country's workforce by upskilling and reskilling them through our scholarship grant and online data science and analytics pathways and courses. Second, SPARTA intends to foster the sharing of open datasets by partnering with different organizations across the country to contribute readily available datasets that can be used by our scholars in developing innovative R&D projects. And lastly, SPARTA aims to guide our scholars in the development of data-driven R&D projects that can help in the development of our country and address its current and future problems. This slide talks about the 2 SPARTA components: knowledge democratization and activation and engagement. Knowledge democratization's goal is to enable SPARTA's DSA courses to be accessed by the Filipino workforce. These courses are self-paced, so they can be taken by scholars at their most convenient time. The lead cooperating agency in this component is the online platform Course Bank. Activation and engagement's objective revolves around the creation of an ecosystem that will foster DSA projects through workshops and events. The lead cooperating agency in this component is the Analytics Association of the Philippines. Delving further, the knowledge democratization has 3 objectives, which are creating online courses, training and graduating learners, and institutionalizing the courses. As of August 2022, the project has released all its courses and a bonus course about freedom of information sponsored by the Presidential Communications Operations Office, FOI Project Management Office. Let's begin with the 6 main learning pathways. Aside from their core and elective courses, all learning pathways require a capstone project as their final requirement. Let us further explain each pathway. The Data Associate pathway is intended for beginners who don't have prior knowledge or experience in data science and analytics. This is a program
All right, we're just encountering some technical difficulty. The accessibility of that video, but to give you a short description about the data associate. Basically, it's the basic pathway among the six main pathways. So technically speaking, we're not very that strict in the qualification of our scholars to be accepted here in Project Sparta, as we are encouraging everyone, starting our senior high school students, to join us, apply the scholarship, and take the data associate. So if you are professional from the communication side, for the HR, if happen that you don't have enough knowledge on data analytics, on the advanced features of Microsoft Excel, and then you are interested to go enroll or acquire competencies in data analytics, the data associate pathway is the best pathway to have a better appreciation about data analytics and to understand and align your interests on what part of data analytics would you like to develop, maybe on data visualization, data management. So the data associate pathway is the best for you to have these kinds of considerations. Arvil, are we good with the video?
Yes, wait, thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, thanks.
This is the program's very experience in data science and analytics. This is the program's very basic pathway, mainly composed of 6 courses. The Data Steward pathway develops learners' competencies in data governance to equip them with the necessary skills needed to control and improve data quality, oversee data technology and infrastructure, and ensure compliance with rules, regulations, and ethical practice. The Data Analyst pathway equips learners with competencies needed to leverage reporting, data analysis, and modeling techniques to solve problems and gather insight across functional domains. The Analytics Manager pathway trains learners to oversee analytical operations, communicate insights to executives, and translate analytical results to actionable business items. The Data Engineer pathway allows scholars to develop skills for the proper management of the data lifecycle, from ingestion, processing, surfacing, and storage. The last pathway, which is the Data Scientist track, trains scholars to apply their expertise in statistics, machine learning, and programming to make predictions and answer key business questions. The project also offers micro-specialization pathways. These are shorter learning tracks focused on equipping scholars with the right knowledge and skill sets for a specific DSA discipline that may or may not be discussed in their chosen main learning pathways. The first micro-specialization pathway is the Domain Knowledge Analytics Project Management Learning Track. This is composed of 5 courses that will help learners train and acquire DSA project management skills. The second micro pathway is the Domain Knowledge Finance and Risk Track, which aims to teach learners exhibit knowledge and skills in combining statistical and machine learning tools to support decisions and derive insights from financial data. Next is the Domain Knowledge Human Resources pathway. This third track allows learners to leverage data in designing and improving recruitment and talent development processes. The fourth learning track is the Domain Knowledge Urban Planning pathway, which trains learners to use data in urban planning in relation to the Fourth Industrial Revolution and smart governance processes. The fifth pathway is the Operational Analytics Micro-Specialization. This directs learners to perform business analysis and present effective visualization of insights derived from data. The sixth pathway, called Research Methods, focuses on teaching learners to discover and create new knowledge and insights through data collection analysis, and research. The Statistical Techniques Learning Track is the 7th SPARTA micro-specialization pathway. This prepares learners to apply statistical concepts and methodologies to data analysis. Scholars who want to learn basic data manipulation, analysis, and visualization using selected programming languages, tools, or software can enroll in the 8th micro-specialization pathway called Computing Learning Track. The 9th pathway, called Data Visualization, teaches scholars to create compelling reports, narratives, and insights using popular visualization languages and tools. SPARTA also created the Data Governance Learning Track, composed of 5 courses. These train scholars to apply policy and measures to ensure data security, privacy, intellectual property rights, and ethics during all data lifecycle stages. The 11th micro-specialization pathway is called Methods and Algorithms. This track focuses on the implementation and evaluation of data analytics and machine learning methods and algorithms using various software and tools. Aside from the mentioned pathways and courses, we are also showing the 10 Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation competencies, which serve as the foundation of the SPARTA courses and pathways. The first 4 competencies, from domain knowledge and application to data visualization and presentation, are business and organizational skills, while the succeeding 5 competencies are technical skills. The last competency is the 21st century skills, which is a workplace skill needed by the learners to develop a well-rounded and holistic training in data science and analytics. Eligible applicants must be Filipino citizens who are permanently residing or are currently based in the country. They must also be at least a senior high school student who may or may not have prior knowledge or experience in data science and analytics. Let us further discuss the project's second component, which is activation and engagement. This is composed of 3 objectives, which are the Smart Governance Portal or SGP, conference and hackathons, and workshops. Events such as conferences, hackathons, and open data challenges are conducted by the team to help local government units and other sectors of society come up with data-driven solutions that will address their problems and optimize their growth. The Smart Governance Portal serves as a central information source of SPARTA. It also houses data sets for research and development initiatives, project monitoring dashboard, and hackathon and open data registration mechanism. Should you be more interested about Project SPARTA and its initiatives, you can reach out to us via the following channels. Let us all unite in championing a data-driven ecosystem and a smarter future for our country.
Thank you very much. Now that everyone is hyped up regarding Project Sparta, let us prepare ourselves, ready a pen and paper, as we will now learn how to apply a Sparta Scholar to access this amazing free online courses. The following steps to be explained by our next speaker. She has a bachelor's degree in education, major in values education from the Philippine Normal University in 2016, and is currently pursuing a master's degree in clinical psychology at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. She's both an educator and the instructional design lead in CourseBank. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome Ms. Jacqueline M. Sangala. Ms. Jackie, good morning.
Hi, Sir Daniel. Good morning. And hi, everyone. It's nice meeting you all today. And I hope you gain some insights about DSA, particularly data disposal from Ms. Pam's presentation earlier and about Project Sparta from the AV presentation. So right now, allow me to share with you the application and the enrollment process of Project Sparta. So I'll just share my screen. Here is a short AV presentation for the process.
Hi! I see that you're interested in applying for a SPARTA scholarship. Here's how. First, create a course bank account. Go to coursebank.ph. Create an account by clicking Join Now. Fill out the necessary fields. Check the email used for the application for an account activation link from CourseBank. Verify and complete your account creation by clicking on Activate Your Account. Now that you've created and verified your CourseBank account, let's now apply for the SPARTA scholarship. On your dashboard, go to the SPARTA page. Here, you can read more about the Project SPARTA, the 6 main learning pathways, the micro-specialization pathways, and the course offerings. Click on Apply Now. Register to become a SPARTA Scholar. Fill out the information pages and submit the necessary documents. Eligibility requirements, scholar profile, education profile, employment profile, and training profile. Read, understand, and click on Agree to the honor code and scholarship terms and conditions. You may visit our help page for frequently asked questions regarding your application. You may also email us at learn@coursebank.ph to assist you with your application. Once you've submitted all the necessary documents, our CourseBank team will review your application and will notify you regarding your application status via email in 1 to 3 business days. Next, while waiting for the review, choose a learning pathway. On your SPARTA profile page, go to the Applications tab and click on Select Pathway. Select one main learning pathway from Data Associate, Data Steward, Data Analyst, Analytics Manager, Data Engineer, and Data Scientist. You may apply for another once you've completed your current pathway. You may check your application status via My Scholarship Programs tab. Once approved, courses under chosen learning pathway will be available for self-enrollment. Start with SB 101 Getting Grounded on Analytics as a prerequisite for the rest of the SPARTA courses. Click Enroll to start taking the course. We recommend taking one course at a time. Now, you can also apply for micro-specialization pathways. On the same SPARTA profile page, go to Micro-Specializations tab. This tab will only be available once you have an approved main learning pathway. Select from the available micro-specializations. Courses under chosen micro-specializations are also available for self-enrollment. How to obtain certificates from your main pathway and micro-specializations. For the 6 main pathways, you will need to take and complete a capstone course. If you've completed all courses including electives under your current pathway, request to enroll in a capstone course via Learner Support centralized form. For micro-specializations, certificates will be issued by request through the SPARTA DAP portal. Once again, if you have any questions, feel free to visit our help page or contact us at learn@coursebank.ph. Good luck and happy e-learning!
All right, thank you so much, Miss Jackie, for giving us a run through in our course bank platform and familiarity of the features that our scholars will be encountering the moment that they will be activating their account in course bank and accomplishing their SPARTA Scholar profile. Do you have something to add with, Miss Jacqueline?
Yes, Radine. Yeah, I just want to point out some of the essential things that you need to remember about the scholarship. I'll just share my screen again. All right. So again, we have four eligibility requirements for the scholarship. Number one, you must be a Filipino citizen. Number two, you must be permanently residing or currently based here in the Philippines. You must be at least a senior high school student with or without prior knowledge on data science. And for the documentary requirements, you may upload any of the following documents as proof of education. If you are senior high school or a college student, you may upload a scanned copy of your diploma or a valid school ID, certificate of enrollment, or if you are senior high school student, you may upload your Form 137, or if you're a college student, you may upload a copy of your DOR. But if you're already a college graduate or higher, you may upload a copy of your diploma, certificate of graduation, or your valid PRC ID. But if you are already a scholar and currently taking Sparta courses, here are the step by step here are the steps on how to do the self-enrollment. So number one, if you are currently enrolled in a Sparta course, just go to dashboard and unenroll using the unenroll button. Since before we are using the enrollment codes, now we already have the self-enrollment method. And next, just go to your Sparta profile page. Under my scholarship programs, just select courses. Next, click enroll to get verified access to the course without enrollment codes. And lastly, on your dashboard or from the course outline, verify your identity using a webcam and a government issued ID. So employers and schools know that you completed the coursework. So if you have questions on your mind, we highly suggest to visit our course bank help page. This page is very helpful because we already collated most of the questions we received from our scholars about Project Sparta, about the application, about the scholarship, about the courses and pathways, about your accounts. So you just need to visit help.coursebank.ph, and this page is already viewable on your end. So you may also send your questions on the comment section and we will try to answer them later. So that's it, Sir Dane. Thank you. And thank you everyone for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Thank you so much, Miss Jackie, for those comprehensive instructions on how to become a Sparta scholar. I believe we have on board that trends and technologies has onboarded 146 scholars already, and they were given welcome emails along with instructions on how are we going to activate our course bank account and um, our Sparta Scholar profile. I believe we have reminded them already to make use of only one email addresses so we can track your records consistently. So for our attendees, if you have clarifications and concerns about the process of application, do not worry, as we will now have a question and answer portion. So better develop your questions already. Might be about the courses that you want to take or the pathway that you want to take. For example, if you are a software developer already, you may ask later on what micro pathways or pathways to take. Don't worry, as we would now give you details about that. That's just for the application process, but inquiries regarding the project Sparta 2. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, let us invite back Ms. Jacqueline Sangalang, and we will also be having Ms. Roxanne Makasait, Sparta Marketing and Promotions Component Lead, with our resource speaker a while ago, Ms. Pamela Gonzalez, to answer some of your concerns. You may opt to use your microphones, but please wait first to be acknowledged by raising your hands before turning them on to ensure an organized discussion. So we should maintain a quorum here for a consistent flow of responses, or you should place your concerns on chat box. spearheading government learnings, or is BIR already enrolled?
Okay, thank you, Dane. So the question is, I'm reading the chat. So I'm understanding the context, which means for Sparta to be used by the government. Is that the question here by Miss Leia? Okay. So Sparta is open to partnerships with other government organizations. And of course, BIR is also one of them. So we're we can forge a partnership with them. It's always feasible, and we can integrate. We look into it. Hindi naman sila. We also accept naman if they offer to be partners with us, then we're gladly accept them. Okay, so yes, it can be leveraged. Thank you.
Yes, Miss Roxy, would you like to add something?
No, actually, I think in that context, Pam has answered it as best as we probably could answer it. So maybe you have other questions.
Yeah, sure. Just to add for the partnerships, yes, currently we are entertaining a lot of partnership or collaborations with national government agencies. Actually, PSA has extended also their interest to partner with us, along with the Philippine Army. BARM agencies also are collaborating with us to address or capacitate their workforce and enroll them and acquire competencies that is helpful and relevant in addressing their deliverables to make it fast and easy. Another question, I think Sir Teofilo has question. Sir, you are recognized. You may open your microphone.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah, so you can just call me Philip, okay? Hindi nila ako kilala as Teofilo. Okay, marami. Nakakaya.
Okay, sir.
Anyway, yeah, my question is, since we have sent about 146 for scholars, we have submitted. I do understand that our candidates was able to receive the email from Course Bank. So what will be the next step? I've seen a while ago, Jacqueline has shown that there are some documents that are still need to be produced. Is that a requirement para mag-push through yung activation ng aming mga enrollees? Yeah, could you help enlighten us on that one?
So, good morning, Sir Philip. About po dun sa documentary requirements, yes, it is part of their application process, and it's our way po to evaluate our learners if they are senior high school student and above po.
Okay, yeah, well, just to give you a background, all of our scholars are actually our Trends and Technologies employees, not Trends Academy. Okay, and these are all working professionals. So all of them are, college graduate. Okay, so yun. So magsasabit pa rin kami ng mga documents. Will that be through the portal already, or how do we go about it?
Since it's part of the application process po, we highly recommend to follow, to upload their proof of education. And yeah, you can upload your file or your document on the Sparta profile na po, or Sparta page.
Okay. Sige, thank you. That will take a while for my records to be uploaded. Medyo matagal na, wala na ata ako ng aking mga records for that one. Okay.
Sir, if you have any or maybe you have a PRC ID, okay po siya i-upload para po dun sa requirement.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sir Philip. So we have another question from our participants. So, okay, if wala pa, let's, I think meron din na DDM, direct message. Here, dito. Will I be able to develop the needed competencies for pathways I am aiming at add before November 14, 2022, and through virtual assessments? Ms. Pam, if you could respond to that.
Okay. So your question is, can you get the competencies? Tama ba?
Yes, po.
The courses are arranged or nakalatag siya based on a curriculum. So it's based on our analytics curriculum pathway. So the skills, the competencies that are placed. So per pathway, per course, even for the micro specializations are designed in that you would have the basics, or at least hindi nga lang basics, may mga advanced pa when you finish all the courses. So your question, if you can get that competencies, oh yes. Of course, in anything, especially in studying, you also need to practice. So kasama yon, as a student, you also practice what you are learning para nagsistick siya. But in terms of competencies and what you're going to study, then yes, it contains the competencies for you to become to achieve those roles that you in the pathway. Thanks.
Okay. Miss Emily is raising a concern. Yes, Miss Emily, you are recognized. You may open your microphone.
Thank you so much, Dane. So hello, good afternoon. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ems. I'm from Trends, and we've been working with Dane, Karen, and the rest of the DAP-SPARTA team. And I guess when it comes to the requirements, there have been several concerns or questions that were raised even prior to the session, but well, I guess going through the welcome email that Sparta through Course Bank actually sent, there are going to be two links that you will be able to find there. So the first one will be for the account creation on Course Bank. We need to be able to go through both processes. So again, account creation via Course Bank. And then the second one would be your application for the scholarship. And I guess I want to clear something out for our engineers, because it may sound a little bit intimidating when we say we're applying for a scholarship. But we have to also be mindful that DAP-SPARTA is also, or one of their pillars is actually to democratize knowledge. So it may sound intimidating, but if you go through the process, they'll actually just be asking for basic information, credentials, and demographics, and based on the link that was shared to us via the welcome email, you simply have to attach your diploma for the requirement. And we clarified this with Karen prior to the kick-off today, that if you're unable to provide a diploma, you may simply just request for a certificate of employment that you are associated with Trends, and that should already be your entry for the Project Sparta scholarship. So I guess I just want to add that there. I think there's also a question in relation to expired or not renewed PRC ID. Thank you so much, Dane.
Yes, Miss Jacqueline could respond to that question.
Regarding the question po from Sir Rolando, so we highly suggest po to upload a valid PRC ID. So we're hoping po to receive a renewed ID po for the PRC or any professional ID po. So if you're a teacher, if you're a trainer, you may upload it naman po. As long as na related po dun sa, as long as na you can upload certain document na makakapag-proof na you are senior high school, you're a graduate senior high school and above po.
Right. Thank you, Miss Jacqueline. Our next question is, this talks about the duration. So my duration, but to finish a learning path, like we need to finish the pathway within the duration or as long as we can lang po. Miss Pam, maybe you could start responding to this question.
Thank you, Dane. So for reject, okay. So may duration ba? The duration will be dependent on your speed to finish. So you can finish the whole pathway. If you can finish it within the month, then go. Just remember that take it to it's a self-learning, it's a self-paced learning. So you take it as you can, as long as you can. We always encourage you to finish your pathway, so or your courses, even your courses, because that's going to be your giving you the competencies that you need. So duration wise, no. However, we encourage you to finish it soon, especially with the project project and nearing by November. That's all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Miss Pam. Regarding the payment for the certification, this is a scholarship, so it's a free. So you may take advantage of applying it through a scholarship, and you may top your focal in your company to include your name in the official endorsement, so we could accommodate you fast for that. So next is, I have requested to have my first course bank account deleted as I realized my corporate email should be used. How many hours before account deletion as the website prompts the error that the email is already in use? Miss Jacqueline, if you may.
And hi, Miss Leah. Regarding the deletion of your account, it usually within 3 to 5 days, but if it takes more than a week po, you may email us at learn@coursebank.ph so we can personally assist you with the concern. Thank you.
Ayan. Regarding events naman po and publicity materials, how are we, kasi part of the collaboration or is on event, conducting events. What are our mechanisms in mainstreaming or advertising their events? What are our platforms? How do we fast disseminate this kinds of information? Miss Roxy?
Hi! Kala ko nakalimutan niyo na ako. Hindi, joke lang. So guys, I'm in charge of marketing and we're on all social media platforms. So kung meron kayong LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, ano pa ba, YouTube, we're there, so you can find us. Meron din Facebook community. We also have a Discord line where you can speak to people from Course Bank. We do have a couple of events coming up. Tapos, going back to the question kanina na tinanong kay Pam about finishing your pathways and courses, just a quick reminder that this program ends officially on November 14, but sobrang bait ng mga project managers namin, so they've created an electives conference where it gives you the opportunity to work through your pathways and courses over a span of 3 days, I think it is. And you can start registering to day 1, 2, and 3, starting this week or this weekend. Ipopost na yata yung mga QR codes for you to register. If you need any more information on events and whatnot, all your registered emails, you will get notifications from us. And ayun, you can find us on social media.
Yeah, thanks for that, Miss Roxy. I believe there are a lot of concerns that will be emerging during your process of completing your courses. And you might think about some cohorts that is existing in our social media platforms. Can you tell us about the communities we have in Project Sparta that they can take advantage of joining on?
Okay, so when you message the Project Sparta page, hopefully within working hours, on the back end is me and two other marketing girls, and we try to answer all your queries about the program and the community. Then we also have a community page. You just search it, Community Project Sparta. And then you can interact with other Sparta scholars and in general, yung mga practicing or maybe even just interested people in the data science and analytics community. Within that community as well, you'll notice na merong other opportunities for like hackathons, global competitions, local competitions, and also AAP tends to post there. AAP, DOST minsan nagpo-post. They talk about other webinars you can attend. So anything related to data science and analytics, you can actually find it in the community. So I encourage you guys to join. Madami kayong makakausap and makaka-interact on.
Yes, thanks for that, Min. So basically, if you have concerns about where to source out installers or how do you work on with formulas, our SMEs are very active naman in responding, and other scholars are very generous in helping you resolve your issues in your course completion. Ms. Roxy, regarding legal implication of posting certificates into LinkedIn, how do we deal with that kind of mechanism?
Okay, parang sunod-sunod na sa akin. All right, so I believe, okay, we had some issues. Okay, first of all, you'll notice that there are differences in certificates that were issued, I think, in the first year, second, and now the third year of Sparta, because we did have some issues regarding the signatory. So when you do post on LinkedIn, we do encourage sana if you could takpan nyo yung signature ni Attorney Caranan. But other than that, I believe we also have badges available now. So pag naka-complete kayo, there will be a prompt or an email that will tell you how you can put a Sparta badge on your LinkedIn profile. So it's an alternative to you posting your certificate.
Yes. Other than that, how about for the render of service or yung 6 months na bawal umalis ng Pilipinas, Ms. Pam? As this is also considered a DOST scholarship, right? Ms. Pam, if you may respond.
Yes. Again, can you say the question again? Sorry.
How about the duration, the 6-month obligation, parang return of service after completing the Sparta?
Okay. So we are, in terms of the return of service, I was reading the chat. As part of your scholarships, we do ask you to practice what you've learned. So so like internships, you offer internships and stuff like that. So so as long as you finish your courses, then we would want you to apply that, especially in your companies. Okay, I hope I answered the question correctly.
Just to jump in on that, guys, wag kayong matakot dun sa return service agreement. You can actually, as long as you're in the country, okay lang, yun, like you don't have to particularly work in the government. As long as you're serving something in the Philippines and running, that's okay. It doesn't mean na hindi ka pwede magbakasyon, diba? Everyone's doing revenge travel. You can travel. No one's gonna hold you at customs. No one's gonna hold you in immigration. So yun, don't be too concerned with the return service. It's just that it's a government scholarship, funded kayo ng bayan. So they would hope that you somehow contribute back to society. So yun lang yan.
All right. So do we have here? Are there other questions po that you want to raise? We take advantage this time. Although we have an existing FAQs naman, both in our Project Sparta page, our website, as well as our in the course bank platform, nakastipulate po doon lahat ng concerns you with enrollment, with the submission of the requirements, with generating of certificates. You take advantage of exploring all of those responses, so you may you may proceed to your completion very smooth and easy. So if ever meron pa kayong mga concerns, you can extend it to Miss Emily or Miss Genesee, as they will be consolidating all of your concerns collectively to us, and then we'll be responding to you on that. So I think we have responded to all of their concerns, and I believe this is something that's interactive and insightful for them on how they are going to direct themselves to what course they should take in, enroll with, or how they will go further to data analytics. Last pala, Trends and Technologies are also offering courses. So basically, may mga instructors, professors who are in the academic sector. They mentioned as the training credited for CPD units. Could answer that, maybe?
Yes, Dane. Sige, I'll answer that. We are actually accredited with the Professional Teachers Council, with PRC for professional teachers. So may CPD units. We'll be releasing something sa Facebook, so abangan na lang on how to apply for it. But yes, we can get CPD points when you finish courses, and especially the pathway with Sparta for the Professional Teachers Council for LPTs. We are applying to other councils. So far wala pang sagot, but at least for teachers you already have it. Ayan. Thank you.
Just additionally, Ms. Pao, how do they get how they should take advantage of this opportunity? Magko-complete lang po ba sila ng isang main pathway or micro pathway? Pwede na nilang gamitin to apply CPD units, or do they need to complete all of the courses we have in Sparta to go on with this?
Siyempre masaya yung all of the courses. But we encourage you to finish the pathways, the main pathways. Micro-specialization, yes, para to maximize the number of points that you can get. Kasi there's a matrix in the number of CPD points that you can actually get per course. So as many paramihan ng courses, mas maraming points. Yun lang naman siya. Thank you.
So it talks about talaga din training hours. So if you want to go on with it, then take advantage of enrolling and competing to these courses para magamit din natin to CPD points din po. I believe we have covered all of their concerns, and we're looking forward to know more about the progress of their completion to Project Sparta, and sooner they will be one of our graduates successfully acquiring competencies in the Project Sparta. So we are now nearing to the end of our event. Thank you to our panelists. But before that, to deliver the final remarks, let us invite back Mr. Philip San Luis, the Business Unit Head of Trends and Technologies.
Okay. Yeah. So, gaining knowledge through the Project Sparta is just the start of our journey towards data science. So, hence, to all our Trends Sparta scholars, and on behalf of Trends Management, including our Execom, we encourage everyone to persevere in completing your chosen pathways. So as mentioned earlier, we only have until say November 14 to accomplish this. So we look forward to you completing it prior to that. Okay, especially for those who have signified a different pathways to achieve. And this our learning and development track doesn't end here. The most critical part is for this type of knowledge be able to apply to our work environment. So by doing this one, we will be developing the skills that we have signed for, and by developing the skills, it will now evolve to having that data science competency. So I look forward to everyone. Everyone as in 100% to be able for us to complete our own pathways. So maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat, and mabuhay po tayong lahat.
Thank you very much, Sir Philip, for accepting this challenge of helping us achieve a goal of graduating 30,000 learners in the Philippines with data analytics expertise. So we are also encouraging all of our scholars to follow us in our social media platforms, as we'll be posting some of the announcement there. And also, please take note that at the moment you are enrolled in the Project Sparta, what mechanism we use in disseminating to you our upcoming activities will be email blasting. And aside from that, we are also actively posting some announcement in our social media platforms. So please follow us in those socials. Siyempre, we will not forget to document this milestone in giving you what the Sparta, the DEP Project Sparta could offer to trends and technologies. So we want you all to open your videos and take a photo of it. May we ask Ms. RV Kayabia, our information officer, to assist us in capturing this milestone.
Okay, good morning everyone, and thank you, Dane. So we have 3 pages on my queue. For the first page, 3, 2, 1, smile. Next page, 3, 2, 1, smile. And our last page, you can still open your cameras. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, back to you, Dane.
Thank you, RV. For all participants, especially those from Trends and Technologies, we highly encourage you all to fill out the evaluation flashing your screen. And feedback form link is also pasted in our chat box. So please help us identify areas where we can possibly improve, and so that in our next events, this will be addressed and give you a smooth flow of them. So don't forget to evaluate the conduct of this activity. So thank you everyone for coming and expressing your warmest support for this undertaking. We take this an opportunity to bring you closer our offerings and help us achieve our goal of providing you accessible education. I am Daniel Rosero, and I congratulate the AP Project Sparta and Trends and Technologies for this wonderful partnership and event. Ingat everyone, and enjoy your upcoming weekend. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Recording stopped.